Hey guys, Jack here, welcome back to another video. So we have the Premier League coming to a close now, I think, with 3 or 4 games left for each club, except for the likes of Brighton. But we have a couple of big ties coming up this match week, so let's jump into it. First up is Leeds United versus Newcastle, first game of the weekend, and it's a big game for both clubs. Newcastle wanted to secure their top 4 spot and reach Champions League football, and Leeds hoping to get out of the relegation zone. Currently they're 2 points outside, with Everton occupying 17th, and they need to get a result from this game. Sam Allardyce had a decent result in terms of goals scored against them, but they probably should have conceded 4 or 5 if it wasn't for Holland just not having a good day. But I think it's going to be huge to see how they're going to fare. It's going to be at Elland Road, but Newcastle under Eddie Howe will be wanting to get a fight back after their defeat to Arsenal. Alexander Isak, Callum Wilson, St. Maximin off the bench. I mean, they have a lot of quality, and Kieran Trippier on that right wing back slot. They have so much quality. I don't know if Leeds are gonna get a result from this. I can see this being a 2-0 to Newcastle, unfortunately. Southampton versus Fulham. I think this is the game that Southampton suffered a drop. Fulham have been on the beach really for this last few weeks, even though they've gotten great results, but they have Mitrovic back, and while he will be on without match sharpness, I just think he's just going to bully Southampton's defence, especially with Abella Kotchap out for the rest of the season. I just think Southampton are gone, and this is going to be a comfortable 3-1 to Fulham. And Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. I think this could be a 2-0 to Chelsea. Lampard getting his first win last week against Bournemouth, and while Nottingham Forest got a huge result against Southampton, I just think away from home their form's been horrible, and I think that's going to continue here. They were very shaky at times against Southampton, despite kind of the lack of threat really. Like Keylor Navas was shocking last week, and I feel like there's going to be another mistake from him. I'm going to go with a 2-0 to Chelsea. Aston Villa versus Tottenham. It's mad to think how Aston Villa's form has kind of dipped recently. They seem to have struggled to get clear-cut chances, and while I said in last week's video the review, that Tyrone Mings is kind of almost like wide centre-back kind of style, looks good. I don't know how it's going to fare now with Tottenham coming to town. Ryan Mason had them playing really well, and they looked very confident, looked very secure. And while he played a 4-4-2, typically, that seeing Pedro Porro have kind of a free role while Romero was like defending him, similar to what everyone's kind of been doing recently, like especially with like Liverpool with Trent, kind of letting them go free. I think it's going to be a good game. It could be a bit stingy, but I feel like Tottenham are going to come out of this with a 2-1 win and maintain their top 4 hopes. I don't think they're going to get it, but they're really they're really making a case with the likes of Man United struggling. And speaking of the Red Devils, they're facing Wolves this weekend at home at Old Trafford, and while their away form has been poor, I think that they're going to get a result from this game. Wolves look safe. I know not mathematically, but they look safe. Lopetegui is going to set them up appropriately, but at Old Trafford, I'm going to go with a 1-0, and I think I want to see Val Veghorst get a goal. He seems to really relish the fact that he's playing for United. And now the battle of the two safe sides. Palace and Bournemouth won, not mathematically, they look secure, and I think this would be a 2-2 draw. Hodgson struggled to break down Tottenham, and Bournemouth had a difficult time dealing with Chelsea. Like they had their chances, and I think that's what this game is going to be, a lot of chances. I think if Bournemouth look to exploit their set pieces, I don't know if Kiefer Moore is fit, but I could see them getting a few goals from that kind of scenario. But I think with Palace's front line, they're going to be really difficult to withstand. So I'm going to go 2-2. Everton versus Man City. Man City are going to be resting their players for the return leg at the Etihad for the Champions League, which by the way was a very good game. I just don't think Everton are going to have enough, even at Goodison Park. while there was this huge fight back and a great result against Brighton. I mean, Dwight McNeil, and they really relied on Doucouré Yerry Mina and Calvert-Lewin, and even Jordan Pickford. I mean, but all have had great impact in that game. I think it's just going to be a bit too much with Man City visiting them this upcoming weekend. I'm just going to say it's going to be another 2-0 to City, but I'll be glad to see Everton spring a surprise. Brentford and West Ham is not a London derby. I don't really know if you can class it as a derby, but a rivalry. And West Ham will be playing the Conference League first leg as I'm recording this, and Brentford are secure really in their spot. I think they're just kind of like they're still playing quite well, just despite the fact that they're going to be out. Sorry, that they don't really have anything to play for. West Ham still look like they've again secured survival, but again, it's not mathematic. I think it's going to be a 2-1 to Brentford, and I feel like it'll be West Ham resting a few key players for the second leg, depending on the result. Arsenal versus Brighton is a very interesting clash. Arsenal will be playing almost like a B-Tech Man City side, and Brighton will hope, and De Zerbi will want a result from this. He wants to secure European football, and I think this is going to be a crucial game for them, because Arsenal look like they've sewn up to second place, and with 3 games left, I doubt that they're going to be worried about losing that spot, but they will still want to be chasing the title. Even though it looks far out of reach, they still want to make sure that they're, if Man City do slip up against Everton, that they're there to capitalise. Brighton have struggled there against Everton. I wonder if Arteta will set them up in a similar way. I highly doubt it. They don't really have the players to do so. I see this being a 2-2 draw. And lastly, Leicester versus Liverpool. Leicester looked void of confidence. They looked void of inspiration, really. And Liverpool have been in great form. They've won, I think, their last 6 ties. And Leicester don't have any shot. I don't feel like they have any shot here, even though they're at home. Liverpool are still chasing top 4, which is mad to think, but with Newcastle dropping points, Manchester United dropping points, there's very much a chance of them getting into those spots, which is crazy to think. And I think that tactical tweak to allow Trent to move into the midfield has secured them more defensively, especially with Konate out on the right hand side. It's a huge thing for them, and I think it's going to be difficult for Leicester. I'm going with a 3-0 to Liverpool. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, give it a like. Please subscribe if you like this content. I'm hoping to do maybe something more during the next couple of weeks. But thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care.